So we have got Adrien Tarraga here in my studio in Spain, and we're spending a couple of days here doing some recordings, doing some masterclass for my students, and I thought I'd take the opportunity to ask a few questions. So welcome in Spain.
Thank you, gracias, muchas gracias.
Great to have you. And so yeah, we'll just ask you some questions that maybe people watching this will find useful and interesting, because obviously you're making quite a name for yourself in the scene today. A lot of people are talking about you and they're inviting you everywhere, so...
It's so nice.
So I suppose we should start by asking you, where are you based now? What does your musical life look right now, where you live? And we'll take it from there.
Sure. So I'm based in Paris for almost 10 years now, and I grew up in the south of France in Toulouse. And how my musical life looks like, it's a bit of playing in town in Paris, in the bar, the club, and also touring, both in France and abroad. So now I'm in Spain. I will be in Belgium in 10 days.
Great.
Yeah, I like to go to UK as well, and in the summer I tend to play in the south of France as well, with some network that I kept from my time living there.
Nice. And tell us, how did you get into Gypsy Jazz, into this beautiful style of music?
So I'm self-taught, but when I start I took like maybe 1 or 2 years of lessons and basic learning, whatever you start with on the guitar. But I had some great teacher that showed me a disc of Django. I took it home, and I think it's basically the same story with everyone. When you hear this first, you are like, what is this? I want to do that. So after a few bands playing like ska, reggae, punk, whatever, when I was young, then I slowly went to this style, Gypsy Jazz. And yeah, that's how I started.
Who have been your teachers?
Well, so after this little music school in a village, so like I said, I'm self-taught, but you actually teach yourself with all the people you play with, and I get lucky to some gypsy where I was living in near Toulouse. Some people who play with Angelo Debarre, and so I even met Angelo Debarre through them and play an entire night with him after a concert of him. So yeah, that was the proper introduction into this style, and I have to say we were quite amazed when we saw the gypsy playing in front of us with the sound they had and how they played the rhythm and how they played the Django solo note by note, and we were like really impressed. We had the real thing in front of our eyes, so we understood quickly how it should sound, and we get a lot of inspiration.
Yeah, it's great. It's a big luck not to be exposed to this music from the roots and from the very start.
Yeah.
France is the right place for that, I guess.
Yeah. Most of them, they are not far from Strasbourg in the northeast, but there are a few a bit everywhere in France, in the center, in the south, and yeah, when you see it, you understand how it is, you understand the rule. So basically, when they start, they just learn how to comp, how to play the rhythm for years.
So they only play rhythm first, no? For a few years.
Yeah. Sometimes even just one song. For 1 year, they play only minor swing.
And then does it happen that at some point when they get good enough, maybe the elders, they tell them, okay, now you can play solo?
I don't know. I know that this is how it happens in India. When the guru says, okay, now you're ready to show the world your art, but it takes like sometimes 10 years and stuff. I don't know if it's the same. I think they have a very unique way of living. Like what I've seen in your place, same at their place, the kids are very free to move, to play and stuff. Yeah. So I don't know if it's so strict. There must be a kind of hierarchy. So you start with the rhythm, but it's just playing and free play, you know. It's not so... Yeah,
and you also see some people who just stick to rhythm for their whole life, no?
Also. Yeah, true. Because in Django music there are roles, you know. The rhythm player, they play rhythm all their career with Django, and Django was not sharing solos, at least with guitars, because he has so much to tell, so it took all the space. So yeah, I think when they learn, some of them choose rhythm and stick with the rhythm for sure. Maybe they practice solo on their way, like in their car with some CDs. Yeah. And the guy I met was like this. He was playing rhythm with his uncle. And when he had some time, he was like learning Stokelo vocabulary and Django solo. Yeah. And he knew like maybe 10 or 15 songs, that's it. Playing them over and over. Yeah. Santana songs as well.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're getting quite well known because of, you can transmit that Django sound in your playing. And obviously you have your own style and your own touch, but you can really hear the Django sound. So how do you view yourself when it comes to the traditional sound? And is it something you seek to have that authentic sound? Is it because you like it and you just want to sound like that, or is there any specific reason why you think the tradition must be preserved? And what is your take on, you know, the authenticity of the sound?
First of all, I think everyone has to do what they like and how they feel it. We don't play this music to have too much of strict rules and how you should do and stuff. And also I think what is important with music, and this music, is to have joy playing. So you don't need to try to copy someone or play in a certain genre. You play what you like, so maybe you get influenced by some and others. I remember when I learned the style, we were seeing the Jazz à Vienne concert of Birelli, where he invites everyone, so we would discover Chavolo, Stocchero, Angelo, all the guys. So I know I've listened a bit of those guys, also Les Doigts de l'Homme, French band. And
great band, huh?
Yeah, great band. I had those CDs, so when I started I was listening to them. Django was a bit too, I mean not too much, but too high. Like when I tried to learn some solo at the beginning from him, and I was like,
very tough.
Yeah, like Django Steiger, you learn the few 5 notes and then the next lick comes and you're like, I can't do it. So it took some years. So basically I was just playing, improvising and having fun with my friends, and I knew I was working on some stuff but not taking it too seriously, just playing. And at some point I took the courage of transcribing Django, as well as some bebop players like Clifford Brown, Charlie Parker. And that became my main influence, the jazz from the, I would say, 40s to 50s.
Yeah.
Both Django and American. And yeah, with Django, I took the occasion of the COVID, being stuck in my house, lockdown, alone, to transcribe Django a lot. So I even did 1 solo a day, posting it on social media. And that was my way to communicate with the world, and people were commenting and they were like, oh, that's first thing in the morning, take my coffee and look for the Adrien video. So this made a nice vibe during the lockdown, and some friends were tagging me like when they were transcribing a solo. So I'm not saying I create a trend, but we were a few of us doing that. So it was pushing each other, I guess.
Great.
And transcribing mainly the solo of Django from a certain period, late 40s. That's what I like the most, I think. Because his vocabulary turned into really jazz, and the swing was a bit lighter, because maybe the better microphone, smaller ensemble.
Do you think you can recreate on your guitar the 2 Django styles, like the older school and the new ones?
And I know Django has been my school and my way of playing the guitar, but like I said at the beginning, it's not so strict, and I'm not trying to stick to whatever. I just play how I feel it. Yeah. But transcribing so many Django solo, because I did it for 30 days. So 30 Django solo. Maybe I kind of knew 5 or 7 of them, but I learned more than 20 of them. Yeah. And it's funny because I already knew them. You know, I was pressing the start button. Like I had a very nice routine, just making coffee, sitting in front of the computer in the morning and playing until 4 or 5 in the afternoon, playing all day. And after transcribing so many, I kind of, because I get interested into the fingering, because the sound comes from the fingers, right? So if you put the finger in the same spot and doing the same way as Django, you get closer to his sound. So I'm not strictly a 2-finger player, but I had this 2-finger logic in my head all the time after a few solo, because the notes on the guitar, they are in different places, the same notes. But if you play in different places, it might be harder to get the rhythm feel and the, in French, mise en place, rhythmic, precise way of playing it. Because this fingering induces this fingering. So all the little rhythm trick, they are hiding there, you know, and the like ghost notes and stuff like this. So I get interested in this fingering. And after transcribing so many, I get a bit of his music logical somehow. I say that with humility because I think he was.
Yeah, that's really interesting though.
He was a genius, you know. He could hear. I think music is about hearing. You can reproduce what you can hear. Some people also speak about singing. When I transcribe, I realized that if I cannot sing the line, I cannot play it.
Mm-hmm.
So some of the line where I was struggling, maybe I was slowing down and I was first singing it, maybe rhythmically to feel how it starts, how it ends, and what is the little hidden ghost note in between. This plus the fingering, that all at some point everything makes sense, you know, because he is playing again and again the same path, how to play this arpeggio or that. And even if it sounds sophisticated, at some point he only had two fingers, so there is not a million ways of playing the guitar with two fingers.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, it's reduced a bit the path and the fingering. So after learning so many solo, I was like, okay, now I think I kind of understand some of his way. And I internalize that, cool. And with that, I create my own...
your own lines, your own ideas.
Yeah.
Really cool. In this music, what do you think are the technical fundamentals that are the most important when learning this music? Especially, maybe there's someone watching who's learning, and it'd be good to hear your take on this side of learning this music.
From what I saw from you, many years ago, you were asking some questions in Facebook. Does the right hand technique is the most challenging thing about this music? And the answer is yes. Because the fretboard is a fretboard. Left hand, I mean, whatever guitar, it's a bit similar. But the right hand technique, the picking technique, can be very different from one style to another one. Even you can play with fingers on the guitar. The strumming is fundamental in this music, and I think the key is to find a relaxed way of pick the notes.
How do you get a big sound whilst being relaxed?
The most relaxed you are, the biggest the sound is. People have wrote book about the mastery of like bowing. The gesture is always the same, but if you master the gesture, the efficiency comes, you know.
Yeah.
So there are schools. I think in classical guitar there are very maybe more strict schools, or there's like maybe Segovia school, the other ones. I think in Gypsy Jazz it's more diverse. There is a constance, something that comes again and again. The hand has to be kind of floating, not attached too strongly to the body of the guitar. Mm-hmm. Some people manage to not touch the guitar. I think I touch the guitar.
Maybe you can give us a little play so that people can watch it.
I think on the lower notes, maybe I don't touch the guitar because it's a bit too far away. And when I come here, maybe one of my fingers are resting.
Yeah, for me the same thing happens exactly.
One of the best advice I get from people was the posture, and some of them were like classical trained players, not even guitar, you know, like a violinist or stuff, like telling me like how you sit, how you hold the guitar will induce how you will touch it, how you will strum it. Like if the guitar is too far, if the guitar is too like this, if it's too like this, too like that.
I actually tell my students to experiment with this too. You know, like with this angle. Maybe you find you're more comfortable with this, or you know how far it is, or maybe even this angle facing. I've noticed gypsies actually have the guitar facing up this way, like a bit of an angle like this.
Maybe because of the belly, bigger belly. Sometimes bigger belly helps.
Maybe.
Also bigger arms helps for a bigger sound sometimes, not always. But yeah, everybody is different, so there is not one strict rule. But how to stay relaxed, it comes from the feet, I would say. You want the guitar to be a bit more up. That's why in the classical they always have something here, or they put it here. So I tend to have one of my feet, the right one, a bit up like this, so the guitar is a bit more up. But apart from that, the body has to be so relaxed.
I think this is a good tip too. You know, I tend to do the same. And actually, I was playing with Moses Rosenberg in London last weekend, and he asked the sound guy, "Do you have a DI box?" And the sound guy thought it was for his guitar or something. He said, "I don't know. I just wanted to put his foot on it."
I saw them on the stage. Yeah, bigger belly and a little thing on the thing, that could be the nice combo. But yeah, how you put the guitar, how you sit and how you put the guitar on you will induce maybe, and also how tall you are. If you're super big, your arm might end up here. So yeah, this has to be relaxed, the hand so relaxed, the wrist relaxed, and the sound, the big sound doesn't come from the force. That's also a lesson I'm learning every day with Django music. He puts so much energy into the guitar, picking the guitar, but it's never using force. I think it has to do like with the pick. Also, it doesn't have to be a big pick or the subject about what pick you use. People can give advice, but everyone has to find what they like and feel comfortable with. And it's more about what angle you pick the strings with and where you pick them. Like if you pick them too far away from the bridge, it might end up... this tack tack. If you pick them close enough, you need to look for the sound that you like. I think the bass one has to be a little bit further from the bridge and the high one closer, and the harder you hit, the closer you should be to the bridge. And the rest stroke technique, that's what makes the sound, because you play one note and you don't stop in the strings, you stop in the next one. Yeah. So it's a gesture that you need to practice a million times to make it. It's same as like when my father was cutting wood. When he's launching the thing, I think he's not targeting the top. He's like, he wants to pass through it. So, and it's not about force. It's more about technique, how you use the weight of the tool. Same with the weight of the arm, the hand is enough to make the sound. Like when I play, I don't do big moves, except when I do the rhythm, but light can be big move with light. But when I play the solo, reduce all the tension and the movement and focus on what makes the sound.
It's about efficiency, like you said.
Yeah. A good advice from a violinist, he told me, like, when I understood that the sound doesn't come from my heart or my soul or my brain, it comes from my fingers and how I touch the instrument, the very end of the finger. So all the rest of the body has to be relaxed in order to put all your attention in these two parts, Even you can only 3. But I think the sound comes also from precision. The more precise you play, the more we hear you. Mm-hmm. If you play a bunch of notes and some of them doesn't go out from the guitar, it's maybe because you play too many notes. So sometimes playing less with more intention make your sound bigger. Rocky doesn't have the biggest sound in acoustic, but because he plays so clean, you hear him so well. Yeah. And play with rhythm player who make you sound good in a way that they don't play louder than you, they don't play too much information, and they try to follow what you say instead of doing what they want. Yeah. So the rhythm playing is also fundamental in this music. Like, if the rhythm is too messy, your solo will be not good. Yeah. You need a good rhythm to play a good solo.
Yeah, good point. So a question that it's a very interesting question, I think, is, and everybody wonders about improvisation, especially people who are learning how to improvise. And I've seen this question in many interviews to other players, so I thought I'd ask it as well. What are you thinking about when you improvise? I know it's a broad question and it's a difficult question, but I think the answer can be an interesting answer.
Yeah, I think I have an easy answer to that. I'm not thinking about anything. Mm-hmm. Like, I remember like people when they talk to me while I'm playing, like maybe my sister, from what I remember back in the day, I cannot answer. I just look at her like a robot, like a stupid, like locked. I'm locked. I cannot speak both with the guitar and with the mouth. So I think the answer is I don't think. I put myself in a state of consciousness where like nothing matter except the guitar.
So do you think that's because obviously you've played so much, you practice so much that you can start to forget what you learned?
People who call it focus, concentration, or people also who do meditation, sometimes they have this state of being very calm and focus on one thing, or maybe let the thought pass and not getting attached to the last chord that you play wrong, something like this. So I think it's if you're relaxed and maybe happy, enjoying yourself.
Equanimous.
Yeah, maybe that's the right word. You have space in your brain to anticipate the next chord, and that's definitely something that I think about when I play. Is I'm trying to play on the harmony of the chords behind.
Yeah.
Like some notes turn green, the right ones. Some are kind of red. And sometimes it's fine to accidentally play a red one. I used to be like, shit, that's a mistake, the note is out of the harmony. But now I'm like, okay, it came like this, what I can do with it, maybe nothing, just next. I think about the harmony of the song I'm playing. I internalize a certain rhythm feel that the pulse is always going in myself, cannot stop. It's like a train, like going with the same path. So I'm not saying I have the perfect rhythm, but there is something like that never stops in myself, and the harmonic cadences are the only thing I have in my head, maybe, and how to make in my solo, how to make people hearing the chords behind. So yeah, some bars are you stay on one chord, so you can play around, and when you change from one chord to another one, you have to build a tension to make you hear the next chord. Yeah, tension, resolution.
Yeah.
I think that's the only thing I think about.
Great, love it. So what do you think someone who's serious about learning this music should focus on?
It depends on what you get influenced by and touched by. If it's Django music, what I've learned from it is how lyrical Django is. So there is not one single note thrown away. So focus on harmony-wise, focus on what makes something singing beautiful, maybe more simple sometimes. How to make something simple sing beautifully. That's how I would put it. So, because I think the harmony of the songs, they're very often the same. So when you understand the degree and the cadence, that are always the same. I think it's easier to get rid of extra whatever sound notes, play fewer notes, heavier notes with efficiency, and focus on the fun of it as well. That's something really important that I learned after so many years of playing it professionally. Sometimes you lose the
joy.
Yeah, because when it starts to be your job, it included some maybe less fun parts, but the fun of playing should always stay here. So even if it's hard, and be patient and be nice with yourself, because every time you play and play with joy and no tension, you go forward, you're improving your skills.
Yeah.
So take time.
That's great. Great answer, man.
Thank you.
So, man, yeah, thank you for the interview.
Thank you.
It was great to have you, and pleasure to play with you.
Same.
And so I guess to close the interview, I'd love to know what you're working on currently, what's your next big project, and also for people watching, what's the best way we can support you? Maybe you have some music for people to check out, or maybe some albums for sale. What's the one thing we want people to do to support you, so we can, support you in your career? And as I said, what are you working on just out of interest, what we should look out for in the future?
Thank you so much. Yeah, so I released an album, I think 1 or 2 years ago, with a very nice quartet. What I'm working on is trying to find work for this project, contact festivals, booked some gigs in Paris, maybe abroad. Yeah, and that takes a lot of effort and time. It's very hard. So if anyone is hearing me and wants to book our band, just reach out.
Where should they check it out? Are you on social media everywhere?
Yeah, I'm on social media for sure. You can buy the album on Bandcamp or also listen to it in all the platforms for free. But if you want to support me, of course, you can buy it. So yeah, you can listen to this project. So this is more very much the Django sound from I would say the 30s with the violin. With like Benji Winterstein on the rhythm guitar, who is badass. Edouard Penn on the bass and Bastien Ribot on the violin, good friend of mine, long time we play together. And I have also another project more focused on the electric sound, later sound of Django music with drum, piano and clarinet.
Wow.
So that's what I'm working on actually.
That's beautiful. So yeah, for people watching, go and buy the album. I actually bought it last week. It's great. Really good album. So everybody go and buy it and support Adrien. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Big pleasure.
Muchas
and
gracias.
we'll catch you next time. Take care.
Bye bye.